time of year again. It's time to make my Christmas cake. Now I make this cake every year and have been doing for 40 odd years. It's from a book called The Good Housekeeping's Look and Cook, and my gran bought me this as a wedding present many years ago, and we're going to be doing this rich Christmas cake. And as you can see, it's been used a lot. It's getting a bit dirty. I need to get some plastic over this, I think. But yeah, this is what I'm going to be baking today, and I thought you could join me. I've got everything out on the side here that I'm going to need. All the fruit and everything, and what we do is we do it as we go along, okay? And I can show you. Now we need 8 ounces of butter. Let's pop that down there. 8 ounces of butter. Well, this is going to be a vegan Christmas cake, so I'm using Flora, which is 100% plant based. That's a new one. Take the foil off it. So I want 8 ounces. I've got my weigher here. Let's get some in. So yeah, as I say, I do this cake every year, and I have videoed it before, but it's been a long time since I did it, so I thought I'd do it again this year, something a bit different for you, for those of you that are new to my channel. There we go, that's 8 ounces. I mean, obviously so we've got 8 ounces of our margarine. And then we need the same in caster sugar. This is Tate and Lyle caster sugar. And we need 8 ounces of this. And what we're going to do is cream the two together. So there's my caster sugar. I'll put that out of the way. Yeah, so I have to cream it. So basically this is soft anyway, the margarine, so it makes it easier. So we've got our margarine here. I'll just get my cake tin out of the way. I've already preheated the oven. 162 centigrade, so 325 Fahrenheit, 162 centigrade. There we go. So just cream it out a bit. Oh, the one thing I forgot is my wristband. I must get my wristband. Just hold on a second. I forgot to put my wrist strap on. I do need to have it on when I'm doing something like this, because it makes it a trussy cup of tea. Makes it hard on my wrist, so yeah. So we're creaming this so it's nice and smooth, and then we're going to add a bit of the caster sugar at a time. And get that in. So 8 ounces of caster sugar and 8 ounces of margarine or butter. If you're not doing a vegan version, you can have ordinary butter, which makes it really rich. There we go, get it in nicely. And it makes the margarine or butter go slightly whiter. I do one of these every year, and usually my eldest boy, he takes half of it home with him, but it looks like we might be shut down and he won't be able to come for Christmas. I'm hoping that won't happen, but everything is so up in the air at the moment that we just don't know, do we? There we go. So there it is. It's all creamed in together. All creamed in together nicely. Right, now we need all our dry ingredients. So we need three-quarters of a pound of flour, and it's just plain flour. So what's three-quarters of a pound? 16 ounces in a pound, 14 pounds in a stone. So what's that? That's 12 ounces. That's about right, I think. 16 ounces is 8, 4, yeah, that's 12 ounces. And then we need some mixed spice. I put all the dry ingredients in together. And I've got some mixed spice here. I'll just pop that in. Finish that off. I use about half of it because it's nice to have plenty of Christmas smelling spices. Oh, they're lovely. So those are all going into my, there you go, so you can see they're all going into my flour. And then you need some gravy browning, which we use here in the UK. I don't know if you've got that over in other countries, but it makes gravy for when you have beef and that. And it's just literally a teaspoon of this to give you that dark, rich colour. So you pop that in. It's just gravy powder. You mix it with water. So I'll get that out of the way, and then we need some coffee, and this all adds to the flavour. I've got a jar of coffee here, so we want a couple of teaspoons of coffee. So that's coffee, and then we need a teaspoon of salt. Teaspoon of salt. There we go. That's the salt. It's all a bit haphazard. It's the way I do it. I just wander about chucking things in. And I've had a cup of tea. So I think that's it. Flour, salt, mixed spice. The next thing we got to do is have some eggs. Well, of course, vegans don't eat eggs. So we buy this egg replacer. And this is basically a powder that you mix up with water. It's 1 teaspoon for each egg. And I have about 6 eggs usually. So we want 6 teaspoons of this, and then for each teaspoon we want 2 tablespoons of water. So let's get our 6 teaspoons in. It's just literally a white powder, and it replaces egg. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Put that back in. I'll speed this up so you don't get me chatting too much. And then we just mix it up. We've got our tablespoons of water in there, and you literally just whisk it up. You need this with your dry ingredients to help it to all bind together. This is good stuff, it really is. And it comes out when you whisk it up or you mix it up. It comes out looking just like egg white. There we go. So there, look, it looks just like egg white. Isn't that amazing stuff? I don't know what they use, but it's very good. Right, so that's that. All ready to go. So we've got our 6 eggs and we've got our dry ingredients. That's it. And we're going to put a bit of our dry ingredients into our mix and a bit of our egg replacement. And we're going to mix that in. And you just do that gradually until you've got all your flour and all your other dry ingredients into your bowl, and your eggs or your egg replacer if you're doing a vegan one like me. And as I say, I'll probably cut this video short so you don't have to watch me mixing things for hours. I'll just gently ease that in. That's it. Get it all mixed in. It's smelling lovely already. It's all the mixed spices. And that's the right consistency now. So if you're doing a vegan one, you need 8 of the egg replacement. I'll write that actually on my book so I remember for next year. So there you are, you've got your lovely cake mixture. And a right mess everywhere, which is always the way with me. I don't care now. Right, so we've got that ready. And now we're going to put in all our fruit. Now you use, I mean you can put in what you like, but I'll tell you what I use. You need raisins, sultanas and currants. And I always used almonds. I usually get ground, but I couldn't get them this year, so I've got flaked. And what we call glacé cherries. Got some vanilla essence. I'm going to put some vanilla essence in and some lemon. I usually put orange in, but I forgot to get one this year, but that's okay. It's not going to be a problem. Right, so now we're going to slowly add all of these things. Just do those gradually. Let's get some raisins in first. Right, we're going to mix our fruit in and we're going to do some raisins first. Got my scissors. Pop about half of them in. I mean, the actual recipe says, how much fruit does it say? It says a pound, so a 3/4 of a pound of, because I don't do the full one, I do 3/4 of the mix. So you just slowly add them, but sometimes I add more fruit because we just like lots of fruit in it. And you just mix it in gradually. So I'll do some currants now. is raisins, this is currants, because it is a very rich fruit cake. And just gently stir it round and just mix all your fruit in. I love making Christmas cakes. It makes it feel as if Christmas is round the corner. And I love Christmas. I've loved Christmas since I was a little girl. Of the sultanas. So lots of fruit. It gets heavy going as the more you put in, obviously. Sultanas. So we're getting a nice rich mix now. Can you see all the fruit in there? And we get some almonds. You can use what nuts you like. We like almonds. You can put in other nuts if you want to. But it's just your own personal taste, really. My husband doesn't like nuts, and that's why he usually gets the chopped ones, you know, really finely chopped. I couldn't get those this year. Of course, there's lots of things missing from the shops at the moment. I usually put the whole packet in. I won't put the whole packet this year because they're flakes. There we go, it's looking lovely, it's smelling lovely. Beautiful. So there we are, we're getting all our things in. Let's put some carrots, some glacé cherries in as well. It's funny, my husband doesn't like nuts and Conrad doesn't like cherries, but I still put some in because you know, other people like them, so I just put a few in. And they take them out if they don't want them. There we go. Oh, the postman just came. Just mix them in. That's it. Then we'll have a little bit of vanilla essence. And a little bit of we'll have a little bit of lemon as well. Mix those in. That's lovely. It's very heavy now. Let's put a few more sultanas in. And a few more carrots. And a few more raisins. Nearly got that. There. What a beautiful cake mix. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? That is an absolutely lovely mix. It's very heavy, but it's very rich. It's a beautiful cake, and I get my family to have a little wish and stir it round, which I did. And let's just move everything out of the way now. because I need to get my pan to put it in. I'm doing a square one again this year because it's easier to do. So I've got my square tin, and I'm going to get some of my flora and chuck the lid on the floor and give it a good greasing. I'll just do it with my hand, get a big chunk of it. Give it a good greasing all up the sides and the corners. On the bottom. This has got a loose bottom in it, which is really handy for when you're getting it out. Give it a good go. I did wash my hands before I started. Don't worry. So there we are, a very well greased pan, and my hands are filthy, so I'm going to give them a wash. Right, so I've given my hands a wash, so my hands are clean now, and we're going to put the mix into the tin. There you go, and hopefully it will come out as lovely as it always does. There were some ingredients missing this year. I usually do grated orange and grated lemon rind. I couldn't get either this year. But I mean, we've got a substitute, so it should be okay. There we go. And then just smooth it down into your pan. I mean, a few people actually baked this and enjoyed it. When I did this video a few years ago, a few of you did it. You smooth it into your pan. As I say, I've preheated the oven, so that's nice and warm. And you have to cook this for 3.5 hours. But you have to turn the oven down in stages. So you do an hour at 325 or 162, an hour at 275 or 135, and an hour at 250 or 121, an hour and a half the last bit, just to bake it right through because it's such a heavy cake. There we go. So it's in its tin already, and I always do like a little little indent in the middle so that it can rise a bit. There we go. That's my Christmas cake. And what I'll do is I'll get it baked, and then I will come back and show you the result. Love you, ladies and gentlemen.